Good evening, everyone. I would like to call our regular board meeting to order at 6:30. We're located in the Village Chambers, 2350 South 25th Avenue. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Trustee Abraham.
Here.
Trustee Chamalave.
Here.
Trustee Senior.
Here.
Mayor Thompson.
Here.
Trustee Shelby.
Here.
Trustee Wimper.
Here.
Trustee Miller. Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, we do have a quorum. Can we all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I will now read the Pledge of Civility. In the interest of civility, I pledge to promote civility by listening, being respectful of others, acknowledging that we are all striving to support and improve our community, and understanding that we each may have different ideas for achieving that objective. Now I will ask for a moment of silence. Thank you. Item 2, presentations, we have none. Item 3, communications, also we have none. Item 4, consideration to approve the following minutes. No minutes this meeting. Item 5, consideration to approve expenditures, grand total of all funds, $805,406.35 for the period ending 9/29/25.
Motion to approve. Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Abraham, seconded by Trustee Senior. Madam President, open for discussion.
Thank you. Trustee Abraham, Finance Chairwoman, will you please read the warrant list from September 29, 2025?
Yes, Madam Mayor. This is the warrant list for 9/29/2025. Our first vendor is Air One Equipment Incorporated in the amount of $2,681. AT&T, $8,299.14. B&F Construction Code Services Incorporated, $8,945.63. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois, $149,623.11. Broadview Westchester Joint Water Agency, $311,292.08. ComEd, $4,415.69. Core and Main LP, $13,819.04. David Ornsby Incorporated, $3,000. Dearborn Life Insurance Company, $3,193.14. Geno's Heating and Plumbing Incorporated, $65,279.60. Home Depot Credit Services, $6,101.95. Jose Espin, $3,633. Leads Online LLC, $3,396. Lincoln National Life Insurance Company, $5,763.34. Mecca Tree Service Incorporated, $8,800. Midwest 911 Incorporated, $2,583.25. Network Crew, $7,000. Pipe View LLC, $8,776. SBC Waste Solutions, $3,145. Target Solutions Learning LLC, $3,000. Third Millennium, $2,945.90. U.S. Postmaster, $13,326. Utility Service Company Incorporated, $100,720.66. Verizon Wireless, $2,549.37. West Cook County Solid Waste Agency, $23,621.49. Our total expenditures over $2,500 is $765,910.39. Our total expenditures is $805,406.35. Our percentage of total is 95%. We did have manual payment vendors. First one is Bester Proviso Township. The date was 9/17/2025. The check number was 88745 in the amount of $500. Maywood Fine Arts, date 9/24/2025, check number 88746 in the amount of $500. Our total manual checks was $1,000. Now for the funds that will be affected. Our general fund in the amount of $283,340.75. Our garbage fund in the amount of $26,766.49. the motor fuel tax fund in the amount of $4,139.63, and our water and sewage fund in the amount of $491,159.48, for a grand total of $805,406.35. That's the end of my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Abraham. Trustee Chalmalabi, do you have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chalmalabi.
Yes.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0 to pay the bills. Thank you all. Next, item 6, application for the authority to expend funds totaling $10,708.93 for Russo in the Public Works Department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Abraham, seconded by Trustee Senior. Madam President.
Thank you. I think this purchase order is self-explanatory, a stand-on motor for landscaping, and it is in the Public Works budget. Trustee Chalmalabi, do you have any questions or comments?
No questions.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chalmalabi.
Yes.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all. Next item, 7, committee reports, which are given at each first meeting of the month, starting with our Business License Committee. Trustee Senior.
No report at this time.
Thank you, Trustee. Next, Police and Fire. Trustee Shelby.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Here are a few items. For the Fire Department is hosting our annual open house, October the 11th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We will also have a bake-off competition during the open house. See the flyer on Facebook to sign up. Contests will be judged at 11 a.m., and bragging rights are on the line, plus a gift for first place. And our new 2025 ambulance will be delivered in mid-late October. Also, for the police department, our domestic violence awareness event is postponed. While we remain committed to bringing awareness, education, and support to our community around the issues of domestic violence, the scheduled event will be postponed. We will announce a new date soon, as it's important that we continue to stand together against violence and uplift those that are affected. Thank you for your understanding and continued support as we work to create a safe, informed, and compassionate community. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee. Next is the Finance Committee. Trustee Abraham.
No report.
Thank you, Trustee. Next is Building and Public Property. Trustee Miller, who is absent. Does anyone have anything in her stead from her committee? None?
No.
Thank you. Next, Water, Drainage, and Health. Trustee Chalmalabi.
No report.
Thank you, Trustee. Next is Street, Sidewalks, and Alleys. Trustee Wimper.
Yes, one thing, just to remind residents that on Saturday, October 11th, from 9 a.m. to noon, will be Drive-By Shred Day. So bring any of your boxes, bags that you need to be shredded. It will be shredded on site. A reminder, it is drive-by, so you just can't stay. You drop it off and keep moving. Also, please reach out to Public Works for those of you who want fertilizer. They have compost available. You can make an appointment. They can either pick it up or you can have it delivered.
Thank you, Trustee. For the record, is that Drive-By Shred Day here in the Village Hall parking lot?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. That concludes our committee reports. Next is item 8, old business. We have none. Item 9, new business. A resolution appointing Matthew Martin to the office of Fire Chief for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Who was the motion by, please?
Shelby, Trustee Shelby.
Trustee Shelby. Motion by Trustee Shelby, seconded by Trustee Chalmalabi. Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Trustee Chalmalabi, do you have any questions or comments?
None right now.
Thank you, Trustee Senior.
Congratulations.
Trustee Abraham.
Same. Congratulations.
Trustee Wimper.
Congratulations, well deserved.
And Trustee Shelby.
I am so proud of you. Congratulations.
So I will say this, those that don't know Matt Martin, he came to the Village of Broadview as the deputy chief. And we've seen he's been through a lot of hard decisions and everything that we've done, and how he is handling the current situation that we're in is just amazing. And so I truly appreciate your leadership. I know that it's been intentional. It's been held up in integrity. You are a team player, and that's what we need in moments of controversy that we're in with the Village of Broadview. And I know the team that you lead are inspired by your courage and by your professionalism that you lead every single day. So to all of the men and women that's in the Broadview Fire Department, I think you are in safe hands with Chief Martin. So let's swear you in.
Chief, can we have you up front, please?
So Chief Martin asked me to swear him in. Typically, I don't do this part of the role, but repeat after me. I, Matthew Martin,
I, Matthew Martin,
having been appointed to the office of Fire Chief
having been appointed to the office of Fire Chief
in the Village of Broadview,
in the Village of Broadview,
County of Cook,
County of Cook,
State of Illinois,
State of Illinois,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Broadview Fire Department
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Broadview Fire Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Chief Martin. And so this will go in your file. Anything you would like to say?
Well, I did have something. Real quick. I'll keep it brief. Hold the folder for me. So I just want to thank everyone for joining. Thank you, thank you. So I want to extend my sincere gratitude to Mayor Thompson, the Village Board of Trustees, all of you, for, said I wasn't going to do this, for their trust and their partnership and continued support. To my fellow chief officers in the room, command staff, firefighters, thank you. Your professionalism and your teamwork and your service means everything. My promise to you is to support you, to advocate for you, and to ensure that you have the resources, the training, and the leadership you deserve. I want to recognize our partners in public safety, Broadview Police Department, Public Works, Building Department, Finance, there's Tom, Finance, and Administration, Village Administrator Letisa Jones, thank you for your support. To our MABUS divisions, our help, thank you. Together we answer the call, no matter where it comes from. You good, you make me laugh, thanks. To my family, to my family, thank you for your patience and your understanding and most importantly, your support. So, leading is not an easy task. It comes with a lot of challenges and a lot of sacrifices. And it's a lot of time away from home. However, I wouldn't be able to do this without your strength behind me and you guys understanding. So thank you. To the residents, I want you to know that this department exists for you. Every day, these guys men and women of this department come in to serve you. So I'll end here so we can get moving on. As I take this oath, I do it with humility and purpose, love and grace. Our priorities are clear. We will continue to build a department that reflects excellence, accountability, and pride. This is more than a position. It's a pledge to lead, and it's an honor. Thank you, Mayor Thompson, Village Board, our residents, my family, friends, colleagues, coworkers, everyone in this room. Thank you. I appreciate all of you.
Looks good.
You want to take a picture of them? You want to take a picture with you guys right here?
I do, before Chief Martin walks out the room, I do want to acknowledge the very first female fire chief for the Village of Broadview, Tracy Kinney. Thank you for being here and being so supportive. All right.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Next is item B, a motion to appoint and hire Frank Capello as police commander for the Village of Broadview.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Chalmalave, seconded by trustee Abraham. Madam President?
Thank you. Trustee Chalmalave, do you have any questions or comments?
None.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Yes, we can, Madam President. Roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chalmalave.
Yes.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you. Madam President, did you want to do a break or no? Keep moving.
We could pause for a
going?
minute.
Okay. All right. Item C, a resolution recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month in the Village of Broadview.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Senior, seconded by trustee Shelby. Madam President?
Thank you. So because we are a very diverse community, it's important for us to recognize all people that live in the Village of Broadview. Trustee Chalmalave, our first elected Latina Hispanic woman, will you please read the resolution?
It would be my honor, Mayor. So this is a resolution recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month in the Village of Broadview. Whereas Hispanic Heritage Month is observed nationally from September 15th through October 15th each year honoring the histories, cultures, and contributions of residents whose ancestors came from Spain, Mexico, the Caribbean, Central America, and South America. And whereas September 15 marks the anniversary of independence for Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua, while Mexico and Chile celebrate their independence days on September 16 and September 18 respectively. And whereas the Hispanic and Latino community has enriched the fabric of the Village of Broadview through leadership, entrepreneurship, education, civic engagement, public service, and cultural traditions that continue to shape our community's identity and strength. And whereas the Village of Broadview values diversity, equity, and inclusion, and is committed to recognizing and celebrating the contributions of all cultures that strengthen our community. And whereas it is fitting and proper that the Village of Broadview join the nation in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month to honor the profound legacy and continued contributions of Hispanic and Latino residents. Now therefore, be it resolved by the President and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Broadview, Cook County, Illinois, that September 15 through October 15, 2025 is hereby recognized as Hispanic Heritage Month in the Village of Broadview, and that the village encourages all residents to celebrate this month by honoring the history, culture, and achievements of the Hispanic and Latino community. Mayor?
Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please? Thank you, trustee.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Roll call. Okay, we'll have a roll call. Trustee Abraham,
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave,
Yes.
Trustee Senior,
Yes.
Trustee Shelby,
Yes.
Trustee Wimper,
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0. Thank you all. Next is item D, a motion to establish a consent agenda to include the following items. I'll read these items into the record. Number 1, motion to approve and a revised quote from FurPal USA LLC related to the 12th Street lining work approved at the September 15th, 2025 meeting for the Village of Broadview. Item 2, a resolution authorizing and approving an agreement with Impact Networking LLC for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Item 3, a resolution authorizing and approving a certain agreement with REPT related to a civic engagement platform for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Item 4, a resolution authorizing and approving an addendum to a certain professional services agreement with Azavar Audit Solutions, Inc., doing business as Azavar Government Solutions, an Illinois corporation for the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Item 5, consideration of an application for a business license requested by M. Bauer LLC, located at 2714 South 9th Avenue, to operate in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Finally, item 6, consideration of an application for a business license requested by Vision Music Group LLC, located at 1951 West 21st Street, Unit B, to operate in the Village of Broadview, County of Cook, State of Illinois. Need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Senior, seconded by Trustee Abraham, to establish this consent agenda. Madam President?
Thank you. Trustee Chamalave, do you have any questions or comments?
None.
Trustee Senior?
No questions.
Trustee Abraham?
No questions.
Trustee Wimper?
No questions.
Trustee Shelby?
No questions.
Mr. Clerk?
Roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave.
Yes.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this consent agenda carries 5-0. Now, item E. This is a motion to approve the actual consent agenda as established. Need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been properly motioned by Trustee Senior, seconded by Trustee Abraham. Madam President?
Thank you. Mr. Clerk, can we get a roll call, please?
Roll call. Trustee Abraham.
Yes.
Trustee Senior.
Yes.
Trustee Chamalave.
Yes.
Trustee Shelby.
Yes.
Trustee Wimper.
Yes.
Trustee Miller is absent. Madam President, this carries 5-0 to approve the consent agenda. Thank you all. Item F is a motion to approve any items removed from the consent agenda, which we have none, so this is stricken. And then item 10, Village Clerk's Report. I have no report this evening, Madam President, which brings us to item 11, public comment. I've got quite a few. Okay, before your name is called up, I'm going to ask you to come up and speak here at the podium and to the microphone. I'm going to read these rules real quick. Note to speaker, the Village of Broadview encourages citizen input. Those wishing to address the village under public comments must fill out the attached speaker request form and submit it to the clerk prior to the start of the board meeting. The president will then call your name at the appropriate time. When addressing the village board, your remarks are limited to 3 minutes. When the president recognizes you, please state your name and address for the record and speak loudly. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Madam President?
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Angela Patterson?
Thank you. Good evening, trustees and members of the board. I am here tonight to bring attention to a crisis of leadership within the Broadview Police Department. In just this past year alone, Broadview has seen an unprecedented exodus of highly qualified and decorated officers. Many of them supervisors and command staff resign and leave this department. The troubling reality is that nearly all of them choose to step down to entry-level patrol positions in other agencies, taking significant pay cuts just to escape the hostile environment here. To be specific, Pierre Smith, promoted to deputy chief by Chief Mills, left his high-ranking position to become a patrolman, taking a major pay cut. Lieutenant David Yurkovich resigned in March 2025 and became a patrolman at Railroad Police, taking a pay cut. Sergeant Beata resigned in April 2025 to become a patrolman. Lieutenant Richmond Clayton resigned in May 2025 and became a patrolman. Francisco Reyes, Executive Director of the Ike Dispatch Center, resigned in May 2025. Officer Zachary Brichta resigned in May 2025 to join another police department as a patrolman. Sergeant Tony Matthews, promoted in July of 2025, resigned in August of 2025 after only a month. Lieutenant Michael Acom resigned in September 25 to join another state's attorney's office. Commander Brendan McCrudden, recruited from Chicago Police Department and handpicked by Chief Mills, resigned after less than 4 months on the job. And now Sergeant Gustavo Galvin has already stated his intention to leave. That is 10 resignations in under a year from deputy chief, lieutenants, sergeants, commanders, and even the head of the regional dispatch center. But that is not all. Currently, there are 10 internal investigations happening against officers and lieutenants who have left the department, in a department of only 25 officers. Think about that. Nearly half of the department has been under investigation at some point in the past year. Where is the accountability? If this many internal affairs cases are happening under one chief's leadership, who else is there to blame except Chief Mills and his deputy chief, who has promoted to that position after only 3 years of service? Despite state statute requiring a minimum of 5 years of experience to qualify for such a role in a non-home rule village like Broadview, why was this exception made and who approved it? And while rank and file officers are targeted, one cannot ignore the glaring double standard. Why wasn't there an internal investigation into Detective Anthony Beata, who was involved in a shooting at his residence in Chicago? The answer is clear, because he is related to the deputy chief, her uncle.
Time.
This level of Thank you very
is up.
much. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Next for public comment, I'm not gonna say this name correctly because I cannot read your handwriting, but Mina? Okay.
Thank you. As part of a movement at the Broadview Detention Facility, Around the country and around the world, we seek to imagine and create a world without cages, where people are honored in their full humanity and dignity, where hate and oppression are relics of the past. I feel called to share a song that realizes that world. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers and the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. A world without cages is at the tips of our fingers in the palm of our hands. Thank you.
Thank you for that. What's the name of that song? Is it The World Without Cages?
It's called Speedily in Our Days.
And what organization are you with?
I'm not part of one.
Oh, okay, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Next is Karen Byron? Byrne? Okay.
Okay. First of all, I would just like to thank the esteemed trustees and Mayor Thompson for allowing me the opportunity to speak. I am not a resident of Broadview, however, I am your neighbor in Westchester. So basically, I'm here in light of the announcement that there were going to be new hours restricting the hours of that people were going to be able to protest over at the ICE facility. So, my question is this. I am here on behalf of the dozens of volunteers that have been manning the first aid tent that is now over on Lexington. It was moved to Lexington after the first tent that we had was ransacked by federal ICE agents, and many of the contents that were donated were spoiled, so we had to get new supplies. The reason that we felt the need to have the tent in the first place was because one of the first times where chemical munitions were deployed, many of your first responders had to respond, and then people were taken to the hospital. So we thought that it would be a good service for us to try and take some of that burden away from your first responders, because basically it's, treating chemical burns to the eyes, respiratory system, to the skin. So now, with the restrictions, we are here to respectfully request perhaps an exemption so that we may allow, keep the tent where it is with its contents and inside. And there have been a couple of volunteers who graciously volunteered to stay overnight to keep a watch to make sure that we have these available in the event that there are more, tear gas deployments and chemical weapons deployments. So that is why I'm here. So I would please respectfully request that we are able to just keep it where it is. And
Thank you for
continue
your
our
comment.
operation.
I hear you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nick Hamburger.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening. First, I want to say that I feel sorry that so much chaos has engulfed your town. I would think that it's perhaps more than what was anticipated when you all went into government here. So I feel for the challenge of trying to navigate such a difficult and unpredictable time. What worries me most about ICE and their recent activity is the possibility of them becoming a sort of rogue force that answers to no one. And that's why I want to encourage the Broadview Fire Department and Police Department to take down the fence erected on Beach Street. I just feel this is an enormous opportunity to put up a guardrail for ICE, telling them they cannot simply do whatever they want and that they must respect the law. You requested that they take down the fence, and that was polite, and that was a good first step. But the time has come, I think, to go beyond those words and to calmly, non-violently take down the fence that they've put on your own property. If ICE harms anyone in Broadview Fire or PD, which I don't think they will, that would obviously be very terrible. If that did happen, that would be proof to the nation that ICE is as dangerous as we fear. It would shake the conscience of the nation if that were to happen. But I think that's unlikely. I think the risk is low. I think ICE will respect police and firefighters and will learn a lesson about not overstepping onto other people's property that is not their own. And if you look at the history of regimes that abuse their power and restrict people's freedom, I think the lesson is very clear. Stand up early, stand up often. It is critical not to appease those who abuse power and let them walk on you. So this is a beautiful opportunity to stand up, and I ask you to please take down the fence on Beach Street. Thank you for considering.
Thank you for your comment. Adam Gottlieb?
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you to the speakers who came before. I also want to thank you for allowing me to speak, as I'm a resident of Chicago, but less than half an hour away from here, and so truly I feel myself to be a neighbor. And I've been one of the neighbors out here getting tear gassed and pepper sprayed while singing and playing guitar and drums because we love our neighbors and we want to protect them. And we have this unlawful, in your own words, chaotic siege happening on Broadview and on our communities across Chicago, across the U.S. And we want to stop our neighbors from being kidnapped, terrorized, and deported. We want to stop the fascist takeover of our country. We want to stand up to these bullies. And so we're out here. And so I also, you know, in honor of everything that makes this gathering sacred and meaningful to us, the resolution to pass Hispanic Heritage Month, and the ceremony we witnessed signing in a new fire chief, if we believe in democracy, if we believe that we really love our neighbors, we have to walk the walk here and show us which side you're really on. And so I'm speaking against the new executive order, which really collaborates with this logic of repression and fear of those of us who are exercising our First Amendment rights to assemble and to speak freely by limiting that speech. So please reverse that executive order and be with us and show us which side you're on. And one of the songs we'll be singing, we just changed the words to. It goes like this. I can hear my neighbors crying and the siege. Now I'm in the struggle and I can't unsee the violence of the soldiers of the ICE. We ain't gonna stop till Broadview is free. And I can hear the people chanting freedom now. And the deportation's gonna say it loud. The U.S. is funding these atrocities, and that's why we ain't gonna stop till Broadview is free. One more time. I can hear my neighbors crying and the siege. Now I'm in the struggle and I can't unsee the violence of the soldiers of the ICE. That's why we ain't gonna stop till Broadview is free. I can hear the people chanting. I can hear the people chanting freedom now. And the deportations. And the deportations gonna say it loud. The U.S. is funding these atrocities.
That's your time.
That's
Thank
why
you.
we ain't gonna stop till Broadview is free.
Thank you for that. Next is Angel, Khet. Can you pronounce your name when you get to the mic for us? Thank you.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Mayor Thompson and trustees. My name is Anjali Kather-Paul. I've been a resident of Chicago and these western suburbs my entire life. I want to respectfully raise a concern about Executive Order number 2025-01, the rule that limits protests on village property to between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. I understand and appreciate the village's duty to protect safety, peace, and everyone who calls Broadview home. And I also know, Mayor, that your loyalty is to Broadview itself, not to ICE or outside politics. But this order, though well-intentioned, goes too far. It cuts off one of our most basic constitutional rights, the right to speak and assemble freely. The First Amendment allows reasonable limits on time and place, but only when those limits are narrowly tailored and still leave real, meaningful opportunities for expression. A total ban outside business hours isn't narrow. It silences working residents who can only gather after 6 p.m. and prevents people from protesting at the very times their messages matter the most, such as during early morning vigils or evening ICE transfers. Even with exceptions at your discretion, Mayor, people shouldn't have to seek permission, facing fear of delay or denial to exercise a constitutional right. Even if Broadview's intent is public safety, the rule's effect still privileges ICE's nighttime activity while silencing citizens who respond. It treats protest speech more harshly than other gatherings or events, leaving it at your discretion to decide who gets to speak and when, based on the content of their message. And their message, I remind you, reflects Broadview's own values: strength, love, kindness, integrity. There's also a lot of disturbance and fear in this community right now, and that fear doesn't stem from the people protesting. It stems from ICE's treatment of Broadview and the uncertainty it brings to families here. The only way to fight that fear is by building stronger bonds within our community, not barriers between us. This order unintentionally prevents that. It keeps people apart when they most need to stand together. We aren't fighting against the mayor or the Village of Broadview. We're fighting for Broadview, for its safety, for its values, and for the people who live here. We need you to stand with us, not place us under curfew. Thank you, Mayor Thompson and trustees, for listening and for leading with heart.
Thank you for your comment. Next is James Madigan. James Madigan?
Thank you. My name is James Madigan. I live at 134 Clinton in Oak Park, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I'm a retired librarian at the Oak Park Public Library, and more comfortable talking to library boards and village boards, so please be patient. I am here tonight to ask a question on behalf of a young man whom I've known for over 20 years, who cannot be here this evening. I have a series of photographs taken of my young friend in Broadview last Friday. The last photograph is of him being led away by two Department of Homeland Security officers, one on either side of him. They're in camo, and they have police written on their back. Alongside them is a Broadview Police Department officer. I also have two photographs taken earlier in the event, and that is of my young friend in the custody of two Broadview Police Department officers. No ICE people around. They're surrounded by Illinois State Police. So this leads me to my question. What is the relationship of the Broadview Police Department and ICE? How could a person be in the custody of the Broadview Police Department and then be turned over to ICE to be taken to the Metropolitan Correction Center in Chicago? Madam Mayor, I specifically ask you this question because you have been very forthright in your public statements on this topic. Pictures of this arrest, and specifically pictures of him being in the custody of the Broadview Police Department, are now circulating on social media. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. So I will like to address the Broadview resident comment regarding the operations of our police department. As you can tell, she left because she don't want to hear the truth about the Broadview Police Department. We lead our department with integrity and with pride, and every man and woman that's standing here with the Broadview Police Department is on the front line. But what she failed to tell you was the ones that she called out has retired. They have a right to retire. They've served their time in the Village of Broadview, serving some more than 25 years. So if she's gonna get her facts right, get it right. So, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Every day I wake up thanking God for the assignment of leading this small but mighty village of Broadview home to 8,000 incredible residents. I am the mayor for everyone, Democrats, Republicans, independents alike. I'm not here to fight political battles between parties. I'm here to be the messenger of love and kindness. I pray that each of us can find it within our differences to practice that same love and kindness. We are elected to serve the people, and the people of Broadview I will continue to serve faithfully. I stand on the shoulders of my grandparents, my great-grandparents, all of the ancestors who paved the way for me to stand here today. To Chief Mills and our entire police department, I know you're doing a good job for this community, and the residents recognize it as well. Thank you for your service and your leadership. Chief Martin and our dedicated fire department, thank you for standing alongside our police department in every moment of challenge. And to our trustees, village leadership, and staff, and all of our partners at the Illinois State Police, Cook County Sheriff's Office, and all local enforcement agencies, thank you for your continued service, cooperation, and professionalism in protecting the people of Broadview. Now I want to address some of the recent events. On Friday, Secretary Christie Noem visited the Village of Broadview unannounced, claiming she needed to use the restroom. Let me be clear. I've never known an individual to bring a videographer, a photographer to a bathroom break. Secretary Noem could have very well used the facilities at ICE Center, which she oversees. I'm calling on all federal congressional elected officials, Democrats, Republicans, and independents to inspect the ICE facility immediately, since the Village of Broadview does not have jurisdiction. Verify that the plumbing is functioning properly, check on individuals inside, and provide the Village of Broadview with a public report of your findings. This is an urgent public health matter, especially since Secretary Noam herself chose to leave the facility to use a public restroom. Let me also clarify. Upon my return back to Village Hall, I went to the ICE facility to meet with Secretary Noam, not with the media team, but accompanied by our police chief and our members of our Broadview Police Department. We were told she was unavailable. Perhaps next time she will extend the professional courtesy of scheduling a meeting. I was attending the Illinois Black Caucus Policy Summit that morning. Fulfilling my responsibilities as a public servant, my priorities remains what's best for Broadview. On the executive order and protest, let me make this clear. I have always and will always support the First Amendment and the right of people to peacefully protest. But as mayor, I must also balance those rights with the safety and well-being of the Broadview residents and the businesses. Our residents must go to work, parents must get their children to school, businesses must serve their customers, and our residents with developmental disabilities, many of whom live with sensory challenges, have experienced emotional distress due to disruptions caused by recent protests and the constant noise of helicopters. I support the protesters' constitutional rights and their cause, but the repeated clashes with ICE agents are creating an environment that disrupts the quality of life for those who live and work here. Our residents deserve dignity, peace, and respect. This is our community, not yours. Amen. Our police department and assistant agencies have been unfairly criticized for doing their jobs. They are damned if they do, damned if they don't. This is not a situation any of us asked for, but it is our obligation to ensure public safety. Emotions are high, but we must channel those emotions into action, not anger. My ask is simple. Please do not cuss at or confront our officers while they serve and protect. Is it really unreasonable to ask for order and respect for our residents? We all want peace where we live. You have the ability to go back to your communities free of trauma and drama of the ICE facility in your community. Broadview deserves that as well. This situation has had a direct impact on our community, especially for those affected, and we do not have the financial resources to continue paying overtime indefinitely to secure our village. This is not about taking anyone's First Amendment rights. It's about ensuring safety, stability, and respect for everyone, especially those who call Broadview home. With that being, what began as a peaceful protest has now become an effort to divide and conquer, and we cannot let that win if we're fighting one another. The executive order protects my residents, our business stakeholders. Accountability don't always feel good, but it's necessary to protect the village, and I will do that. Love conquers hate. Remember this, love is the most powerful force humanity possesses. It builds bridges where walls once stood. It mends wounds that violence cannot heal. It turns fear into understanding. Hate thrives on division, but love endures. When we choose love over hate, we affirm our shared humanity. Love sees neighbors, not enemies. It invites compassion where cruelty once reigned. Every great movement toward justice, abolition, civil rights, equality was born not from hatred of the oppressor, but from the love of humanity. To say love conquers hate is not naive, it is the truth. Love demands strength, patience, and courage. It does not ignore injustice, but it refuses to become it. Hate may bruise the body, but love uplifts the soul. Hate may silence voices for a season, but love echoes across the generations. When we live with love at the center of love for ourselves, our families, our communities, and for those who oppose us, as we create a future rooted in dignity and respect and peace. This is how love conquers hate, not with fear, intimidation, or violence, but refusing to give hate a home in our hearts. In closing, the Village of Broadview will not live in fear or intimidation. Together, we will stand in the truth, love, and kindness while trusting the process. In this moment in time, we cannot allow political hurt to divide us. When we fight together, we win. I'm standing up for the people and the promise of God. For me, it will always be people over politics. It's just that simple. Good night. God bless you. God bless the Village of Broadview. God bless the state of Illinois, and God bless the United States of America. We are Broadview strong. Now I'll call for a motion to adjourn this meeting. All in favor, say aye.
I didn't get the motion in the second.
Motion to adjourn.
It's been properly motioned by trustee Chalmalave, seconded by trustee Senior. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Hearing no opposition, we are hereby adjourned at 7:25 p.m. Thank you for coming. God bless and good night.